Hello, class. Good morning. How you all doing? Hope you're all doing fine and great. I trust you all had a lovely night's rest. Now, you're welcome to this morning class, and I hope you all have a nice time. And this morning, we're having civic education, and today we'll be learning about the meaning and causes of ethnicity. Now, firstly, what is ethnicity? Ethnicity comes from the word ethnic, which means belonging to a group that shares a common cultural heritage. So you can say ethnicity simply means belonging to a group that shares a common cultural heritage. Now, ethnicity is the cultural characteristics that connect a particular group or groups of people to each other. Ethnicity is simply that cultural characteristics that connect group of people or particular group to each other. Now, the concept of ethnicity is rooted in the idea of what societal groups, marked especially by shared nationality, tribal affiliation, religious faith, shared language, or cultural or traditional origins and backgrounds. Now, the concept of ethnicity is what rooted in the idea of societal groups. Now, most people in a specific ethnic group are what they either share the same nationality, tribal affiliation, religious faith, language, or cultural or traditional origins and backgrounds. So, with people with same nationality, tribal affiliation, religious faith, language, or cultural traditional origins and background come together at times to form what an ethnic group. And each and every one of them share what a common cultural heritage. Now we have some causes of ethnicity, reasons why people begin to form groups all in the name of sharing cultural heritage. Now, there are many factors that are responsible for ethnicity in a nation, and some of these factors are we have lack of access to resources. Now, people resort to ethnicity when they feel that they are being cheated in the allocation of resources by some ethnic groups. And when this happens, people turn around and mobilize their ethnic group. Now, one of the cause of ethnicity is what is when people begin to feel that they are being cheated in their allocation of resources by some ethnic groups. They turn around and mobilize their own ethnic groups just to be able to beat the fact that what they are being cheated. Just to them, they feel like that is the way to man up, to stand up, and what to face the other ethnic groups by forming and mobilizing their own ethnic groups. And in this way, more ethnic groups are being created, and ethnicity is what is being promoted in the nation. Now we have another cause of ethnicity is what? Too much pride in our own ethnic group. Now when people feel that their ethnic groups are the best, they will do anything to put other ethnic groups down. Now, in most of these ethnic groups, they have people that feel that their ethnic group is the best, and they would want to do anything to put other groups down, even if it means forming other ethnic groups or rubbing it all over the face of the other ethnic group. So when there is too much pride in our own ethnic group, when there's too much pride in the ethnic group of a person, well, more ethnic groups are being created. Now, another cause of ethnicity is what? Hatred for other ethnic groups. Hatred for what? Other ethnic groups. Now, some people do not like certain ethnic groups. They judge the entire group based on an individual's attitude. Now, take for example, you have an ethnic group that is consisted of majorly Yoruba persons, and I've had an encounter with a Yoruba person that did not turn out nice. Just because I had that encounter, I can now use that as what as a base to dislike the whole ethnic group, because I have the feeling that that is the same attitude that the person portrayed to me, is the same attitude that each and every member of that ethnic group portrayed, and which is very wrong. Now, you don't judge an ethnic group just by one individual's attitude. You don't judge a tribe. Now let's go versatile. You don't judge a tribe just because of what one person's individual attitude. Now they are different people and they have different attitudes and they have different manners in which they behave. So when a person has hatred for other ethnic groups, it causes what? Ethnicity. Now, four, we have illiteracy among the people. Now, majority of Nigerians are illiterate. Some of them cannot read and write. And Nigerians who are literate, people who have gotten this knowledge, would want to take advantage of the illiteracy of people and would want to mobilize these illiterates for their own selfish interests. They will start forming ethnic groups just to mobilize these illiterates for their own selfish interests, use them for their own selfish interest. So it is very good forward for you to be what? A literate. Make sure you take education very serious so that you will not be part of those unfortunate persons that will be taken advantage of just to what? Just to be mobilized for the selfish interest of some literates. So when there's illiteracy among the people, more ethnic groups will be what created. It will cause ethnicity. Now, five, we have political strategy to win an election. Now, politicians fall back to their ethnic groups to arouse ethnic consciousness when they see that they cannot win competitive elections. Now, when politicians see that they can't win competitive elections, they fall back to their ethnic group so that what? So that they would back them up and they would use them to what? To win these competitive elections. And in this way, ethnicity is what is being created. The more ethnic groups are being formed. Now, and lastly, we have poverty among the people. Now, due to uneven distribution of resources in Nigeria, only a few have access to them. Now, this causes those who do not have to form groups and fight for these resources with the hope that things will get better. Now, when there's poverty among the people, now let's take for example Nigeria, because of the uneven distribution of resources in Nigeria, people can rise up and start forming groups just to fight for these resources that are not being distributed to them. They would say they are what they are fighting for their rights, and they rise up and start forming different ethnic groups. And at times this can lead to fight. This can lead to different things that would harm people. So these are some causes of what? Ethnicity. These are some reasons why what ethnic groups are being formed. Now we'll be ending our class here for today. In our next class, we'll be talking about the consequences of ethnicity and the solutions to what ethnicity. So I want you to read more about ethnicity. I want you to learn more about it. You can ask questions. I want you to learn more about this topic. In our next class, we'll continue from here. So we're ending our class here for today. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day and make sure you all stay safe and take care of yourselves. And don't forget that I love you all so much.